all of this is being done purposefully. And if you look at, for example, you've got, what's his name, Mark Elias, who's out there, big Democrat lawyer, who's suing to stop Arizona from requiring that only citizens be able to register to vote. You've got Democrat Congress members that are saying they want people who are here legally to come to their districts. We all know what's going on. The numbers are astounding. It's all purposeful. And Americans are dying. You have, Laken Riley, obviously the story, the young woman who got killed in Georgia. There's countless other examples that I can go through. You guys all know that because you guys follow all this. I think what we need to understand is the why here. And I think a number that will surprise you if you don't know this, unless you've heard me say it, 50 million, 50 million of our American population are foreign born. That puts it at roughly 16-ish%. And it depends if you round up a little bit, 16 or 17%, it's like 50 something million. They all have about 20 to 25 million kids. That puts that number well up into the 20% of the overall population. Now, why do I bring that up? Well, because that's the highest level we've ever had. It's higher than the late 19th century. Whether you're talking about the Asian community, China, or you talk about the German, Polish, Irish, whatever, in the late 1800s, right? We had all this migration. It all dropped off, and it was kind of at its lowest point in the 1960s, 70s, right? In terms of percentage foreign born. And since the 60s, early 70s, it's been doing this, and then just accelerating. So now we have a massive percentage at a moment where we're not teaching our children that America's great. We're not teaching our children that God exists. We're not teaching our children the values in the Constitution or Western civilization. There are exceptions. Most of the people on this, screen here, everybody on this are, probably more inclined to teach their children that or go to classical school or homeschool. But the vast majority of Americans aren't doing that. Here's another startling statistic that's related. In 2007, 17% of Americans checked the box unchurched. Today, 28% check that box. So you do the math. 28% is now the biggest category. Bigger than evangelicals, bigger than Catholics. Then add in other groups, Jewish and other groups, other sects. So my point of all of that is just to say, to the point about border security and immigration, it's purposeful by Democrats. They're flooding the zone, overwhelming the system. They don't believe that people will be removed ultimately. They believe ultimately they'll be able to get them to be voters. And once and for all, they can kind of wipe the slate away from the core values that this country was founded upon. And I think that's what everybody needs to know. How bad do you think it is? It's worse.